head back to Nacogdoches. So I thought I'd let y'all ride with me for a few minutes, and you'll get to see a different highway that you've not been down with me. You may have been down it with somebody else, but you haven't been on this adventure with me. I have ran into so much construction. I'm going the back way to get back to their loop. I was over by their Walmart and a bunch of other stores over there, and they have a main road you can go down over there, but I cut through and came the back way. Y'all know I'm always looking for the back way, and I'd go the back way all the way home if I could, but I'm gonna have to get out here on this loop and see if I can get back home. I'm telling you, I hadn't been over here in about 2 years. I used to come over here almost every weekend, more than once sometimes, to visit friends or go dancing or something. And there's nobody to dance with anymore, so I don't go dancing. All the people that used to, you know, my age, they passed away or got a girlfriend and, you know, stay home now, I guess. Or they go to the VFW. A lot of them go to the VFW, but I don't know. VFW's just never been my cup of tea. I've gone before. And I've gone with family and friends and different parties they've had, birthday parties and things, but I mean, it was fun hanging out with, you know, whoever I went to see, but as far as going there every Saturday, I can't do that. I can't do that. It's the atmosphere. The atmosphere is not very peppy. I don't know how to put it. All my friends go. Or from time to time anyway. This is the loop. Oh no, going around the edge of the city. And I was gonna video some back there, but you know, it was too much traffic. I just couldn't do it, even though I don't even hold the phone. Y'all probably hear me eating granola. It's about 3 in the afternoon and I needed a snack. So I grabbed a bag of peanut butter granola to snack on while I'm going home. Brinley and Nuggets at the house, and I'm sure they're ready for me to get back. I bought a glass of tea with me, and it's in my insulated cup. It's about 73 degrees, and we're still having wind. Not quite as bad as the wind's been, but we're still having some wind. And the wedding is tomorrow. And I don't know if I'll video there or not. It just depends. I'll just have to see how the atmosphere is. It's a beautiful venue. Beautiful. The very first wedding there, when they opened, oh gosh, I don't know, 19 years ago, my friend's daughter got married there. The first She actually scheduled it before that building was ready. And I was like, oh my gosh. I said, what if the building ain't ready? Because, you know, sometimes construction don't go as planned. But it was ready enough that she could have her wedding. My nephew got married that same day. And I had to go to Henderson, the other side of Henderson, Texas, to a wedding. And then come back to her wedding. Nacogdoches is where we need to go. I ain't never had y'all out on no 4-lane highway, have I? Huh. Did y'all know I could drive on a 4-lane highway? And you know, this 59 is going to be corridor 69. And man, coming out of Nacogdoches, there was so much construction. I was thinking, man, I should have took the long way down here. That's the first time I've come through that construction in a long time, y'all. Because a few cars back, I had a Jeep Cherokee, and a lady hit me in that construction. She came over in my lane and tore my left front fender off my car. And there was a 18-wheeler or a dump truck, 18-wheeler I think, that was on the right side of me. I couldn't go nowhere. I had anxiety, paranoia, anything else, claustrophobia, everything you could think of from that mess. I mean, you were stuck in that traffic. You couldn't move, and I was going maybe 2 miles an hour. You couldn't go nowhere, and she came over in a big old, I want to say Yukon, might have been a Suburban. And you know, she hit me with her rear bumper and didn't do anything to her vehicle. Y'all see all that construction over there? That's that corridor 69. Man, they've been working on that. Well, my son will be 47 this August. What's this, March 25. He'll be 47. And this was talked about literally since he was born. But about when he was 18 or 19, they actually started like doing something. Like you actually could see blueprints and, you know, where it was going to come through and possibly whose property it was going to take out. And it took out so many of my friends, like Lifetime Homes, like where I live. That's the land, you know, where I grew up. And they come through and bought their place out. Wasn't nothing they could do about it. It was the saddest thing I've ever seen. I mean, sad. They did not want to, you know, sell their home or move. They didn't have no choice. It was take it or get on the street, which I think is sad. They did them wrong, y'all. Didn't give them near enough money. Not near enough money. But this is a busy highway, boy. These trucks. See, I'm trying to get back. See, I mentioned 3 a while ago. I'm trying to get back before 5 o'clock. And this is on a Friday. This highway will be like being in Houston or Austin here in a little bit. Man, it gets bad. And I don't drive it unless I have to, especially in that mess. Y'all, I can drive in the traffic. I prefer not to. I prefer not to drive at all. If I had somebody that could have driven me today over there, I'd be one of those ladies that her husband's driving her everywhere. But I don't know how that'd work out, because I'm used to going shopping by myself. And I like to go with friends or have a friend go with me occasionally. But I really prefer to go shopping alone. That way I don't have to worry about boring the other person or spending too much time, you know, in one place or the other. And you know, it's just what you get used to. I've just been by myself for so long. More of my life has been by myself, just with myself, than with a partner. Because even when I was married, well, at least to my son's father, he never did anything with me. He was married and still, you know, acted like he was a single man for 19 years. So, you know, that's just how it goes. He was very attentive and wanted to do everything with me until we got married, and then he didn't want to do anything with me. So when my son was born, you know, I just did everything with my son. So then when he got married and left home, I just had to learn to do it by myself. It was a challenge in the beginning, but I made it. And then, you know, he had my granddaughter, and then for years, you know, they'd want to do stuff. She'd be with me. Then I'd take her, you know, to the movies, shopping to eat and all that stuff. And, you know, then she was my buddy for a long time. But I have friends, longtime friends, but I've had very few friends that like to go on a shopping outing or a weekend or something like that. I've had very few that I've had enough in common with to do that, to go do that. You know, because you got to want to do the same things, you know, or it ends up not being a very good deal. I guess the last girls' trip I went on was when we saw the Eagles, like the week before COVID, before everything shut down for the Big C. Me and three other classmates went to the Eagles concert in Houston. And that was the last time I've been to a city that big. We got a condo downtown and was in walking distance of where the concert was, and it was really good. You know, Vince Gill was playing with them on that tour, and I'd never gotten to see him, so I got to see him, and he did a little solo performance by himself, or where he sang, you know, like his songs. And so it was really good, because we always loved the Eagles in high school. They were real popular in high school, so we all decided we would go, and it was a fun trip. We left one morning, drove down, did a few things, stopped a few places, had supper, and we walked to a restaurant and then walked over to where the concert was and walked back to the room. It was a very nice condo downtown, very nice. We got there and got locked out of the room. The girl that made the reservation, I can't remember exactly what the deal was, but there was some kind of miscommunication. I don't know. and we couldn't get in the door to get in the building. And finally, a tenant that lived there came, and we told them we can't get in the door. We've been sitting here like for a while, and this was before the concert, and they let us in, so we could get in the room, but we couldn't get in the building. So we were in the garage, just sitting there like trying to figure out what to do. And they had a waiting room, a waiting area that you could go in, and we went in there and hung out for a while. Just were, just glad to be out of the car, off the road, And eventually, these girls came, and I guess we looked honest. We're like, we can't get in the building, but we're staying in room so and so and whatever, and they let us in. They let us in. They had been somewhere and was bringing food back, and they let us in, and we maneuvered around the halls and finally found our way to where we were supposed to go, and it was a nice room, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, big living room, kitchen. All the windows looked out onto the streets of the city. It was really cool. I didn't do YouTube videos back then, or I would have probably videoed some of that. We weren't supposed to video in the concert or take pictures, but everybody was. When we got back to the hotel, I got on YouTube and started looking, and there was videos everywhere, and there's still videos up from that concert. YouTube didn't take them down. I'm sure those people got copywritten for okay, we're getting back into Nac, and you see speed limit 45. We're getting back into all this construction. I was going to end the video, but I'm just going to let it go a little bit longer where y'all can see some of this for those of you that might be interested. But we're on the outskirts of Nac now. But Lufkin is our sister town. They have a college, junior college over there, and they have a lot of nice places to shop in their downtown, like our Brick Street. They have a downtown area too. I need to go over there. I don't think I've ever videoed their downtown, but they had been doing some construction, remodeling and stuff, but I think they're through with that now. I'm going to try to get around these trucks and get back over in that lane. I don't want to follow that truck. All the way. I don't want to follow it all the way. Well, that's a nice RV and Jeep right there. Y'all, this has been a mess out here for the last, and the traffic's going good right now, y'all. I've been through here where it takes an hour to get anywhere. There's a car, boy, it's pushing me, y'all. It's pushing me. I could kill my engine and get a free ride from that truck. Up there, that man will be up there waiting for you and give you a ticket. Boy, they are strict about following the oh, he'll be out here at 5 o'clock, I guarantee you. They sit right there in the middle of that road. They don't mess around in these construction zones around here anymore. Now, I could go left right here on this loop and go right around to my house. But y'all, it's quicker for me to go downtown and cut back left because of the construction over here. It's so bad. I came through that way earlier, and I said, I ain't going home that way. Those two left lanes go left. Those 2 left lanes turn left. And that goes right around to my house. Really quick when you ain't behind all those when you ain't behind all those 18-wheelers. But it's quicker to go through town. And I never thought I'd live to see the day. And they're building a new hotel right here to the right. That used to be a ballpark. Not like an official ballpark, but it was a field where they practiced ball and played ball. But I guess somebody's bought it. And a hotel. And I figure there'll be more hotels and things going up out here because this corridor 69. But right on the left, right at this turn right here, right under this bridge, is where that lady hit me. Y'all, my both hands is on this steering wheel. It makes me a nervous wreck to come through there. I mean, she just took me out. And then the police station was closed. The traffic was so bad it took me forever to go down to find a place to turn around and come out of it. And then I had to go to the police station and they had to make a report hit and run. Because there was no place for us to... Oh, Lordy. They better be careful. I might hitch a ride. I had to go to the police station to make a report. And the guy said, well, we're going to have to say it's hit and run since nobody stopped. I said, you couldn't stop. And I said, I don't even know where the lady went. She got up in the traffic. I said, that lady couldn't pull over nowhere in all that traffic. So I hated to say it was hit and run, but I didn't have no choice. I mean, she might have filed a report too, but he said if she filed a report, like I didn't have her license plate or nothing, but he said if she filed and had mine, they'd let me know. But I don't guess she filed anything because I never heard anything. My insurance paid to have my car fixed, and that's all I know. But that was crazy. I mean, for miles and miles, the traffic was just backed up. And you couldn't pull over. There was nowhere to pull over. That's what I told him. I said, I couldn't pull over and she couldn't pull over. I said, if I'd have hit her, it wouldn't have been a hit and run. It would have been, I didn't have no choice. I couldn't pull over. There was no place to pull over. Unless you just stopped, and stopped all that traffic. And then you couldn't have got out of your car. A police car couldn't have got to you. That's what I told him. I said, I don't know how a police car or an ambulance. If I'd have needed an ambulance, I don't know how it would have ever got to me. That's how much traffic there was. Well, as soon as I got in it and knew I was in that traffic like that and couldn't go anywhere, I got nervous. It made me a nervous wreck. I don't know why, but I really felt claustrophobic, like, closed in. Because it was so many big trucks around and you couldn't see anywhere. So you're just, like I said, you're going 2 or 3 miles an hour, praying nobody hit you. And I think that lady was trying to turn under that, to take that left turn. She was like going south back towards Lufkin, and I think she was trying to turn left under there to go left, like around the loop. And I think she swung over, how people have kind of come over in your lane. And I think that's what happened, and she just caught her bumper caught my fender. I really think that's what happened. My car was sitting much lower than hers, and I don't think she saw me. That's what I said in the police report. I said, I just don't think that lady saw me. But anyway, that is our ride back to Nacogdoches. Y'all be blessed. Know you're loved. Thanks for riding along with me, keeping me company. Don't forget to say your prayers, and we'll see y'all on the next adventure.